Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi students. Today we are going to talk about interesting facts about me. In this lesson, we are going to learn about present tense, how to describe your personal characteristics using simple sentences in present tense, adjectives to describe personal traits. There are lots of adjectives that you could use today to describe personal traits. You could read and listen to me as I'm explaining it today to you. And you are going to be able to describe one's characteristic, which is your characteristics or interesting facts about yourself. Okay, here are some adjectives to describe your personal traits. There are some classifications of adjective which could describe about yourself. The first one is the ability. There are outstanding, excellent, very good, or good. And then behavior with helpful, considerate, well-behaved, responsible, talkative. Maturity, the example is confident, mature, sensible, self-motivated. Personality, the examples are well-developed, all-round, is interested in everything, extroverted, and etc. And for the attitude, you could use positive, enthusiastic, eager, motivated, keen, or upbeat, and etc. Okay, now we are going to describe the ability. I'm taking one example, outstanding versus average. Okay, now I have one example for you, two actually. The first one is, Dini has an outstanding mathematics skills. She is always the top scorer in her math class. And number two, we are going to use the word average. My sewing skill is average. I can only do basic stitches such as running stitch, stem stitch, back stitch, and French knot. Okay, now you could choose between outstanding or average, right? Now this is how to pronounce it. Outstanding, excellent, very good. You could try this at home, okay? Now, continue on to the next vocabulary of adjective. We could use average, inconsistent, or weak. Okay, now we are going to do another example of the behavior adjective. You could use considerate versus thoughtless. You know the meanings of this, right? You could search for it by yourself. The first sentence is, Tina is the most considerate person I know. She never misses sending me a New Year postcard. Or number two, she is by nature a thoughtful and serious student. She has never been thoughtless at all. Okay, which one is yours? Considerate or thoughtful or thoughtless? Okay, this is how to pronounce it. Considerate, behaved, and responsible. Thoughtless, disruptive, problematic. You could learn by yourself at home, okay? The next one is the adjective of maturity. You could choose between self-motivated versus lazy. I am a very self-motivated person. I always have a passion for my work. Or number two, I am too lazy to be lazy. Which one is yours? This is how to pronounce it. Motivated, mature, confident, selfish, lazy, childish. Okay, now we are going to talk about another vocabularies of personality. We could choose between introverted versus extroverted. Of course, this is something for some people is really obvious, yeah, like Miss Ima, of course, is not introverted. You could say that again. Introvert, usually on the yellow side, enjoy spending time alone, thinks before speaking and acting, can be seen as more reserved and prefers working independently, while extrovert on the other side gains energy in social situations, make quick decisions, can be seen as outgoing and enthusiastic, and thrives in team-oriented work settings. Which one is yours, introverted or extroverted? This is how to pronounce it. Extroverted, developed, all-round, dependent, uneven, introverted. Okay. Now we are going to the next adjective vocabulary. It's about attitude. You have to choose between enthusiastic or uninterested. Okay. Some of the examples are: number 1, Susie's enthusiastic presentation shows her mastery of the subject and of the skills necessary to execute her projects. While number 2, as an example, is: in opposite, Rini looks uninterested with the stand-up comedy on stage. Which one is your characteristic, enthusiastic or uninterested? This is how to pronounce it: enthusiastic, upbeat, eager; uninterested, passive, shy. Please try to pronounce this at home, okay, students? Okay, practice does not make perfect, only perfect practice makes perfect, by Vince Lombardi. It's a famous person quotes. Okay, now that you already seen some of the interesting adjective vocabulary, now it is your turn to make something related with your own characteristics or personalities. From all of those adjectives that I already told you today, please choose for each category one that you think is the most appropriate with your characteristics or personality. Write it down on a piece of paper, and then we are going to talk about that next week. How about that? Okay, it's really easy. If you think that probably means I'm not both of that or I'm in the middle of it, you could write about that too. Okay, I think it's enough for now. We'll see you again next week. Bye. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.